Hi, let's move on question 3. So we have here x to the power of 2 take away 9 equal to 0. So you may see that 9 can be written as 3 to the power of 2, then equal to 0. And you can now recognize this expression is the difference of 2 squared, which is going to give us x take away 3 and x plus 3 equal to 0. In order to solve this, and this is going to be equal to 0 only if x take away 3 is equal to 0 and if x plus 3 is equal to 3. So solve it, x is equal to 3 and x is equal to negative 3. So 2 solutions. The easier way or faster way to solve it, it's pretty much just moving a 9 to the other side becomes 9, and then square root both sides, plus minus both sides, cancel out, and it's going to give us x plus minus 3. This is easier way, faster, but we wanted to use factorization. Part B, so we have x to the power of 2 plus 7 take away 18. As the coefficient of x to the power of 2 is 1, we are only looking now at the number constant negative 8. So we are looking for two numbers when we multiply them to give us negative 8, and when we add them together to give us plus 7, which is coefficient of x. So we are looking for two numbers when we multiply them to give us negative 18. Now let's list the factors. Then, lost this page. So it's negative 2 and 9. It's going to give us a negative 18, negative 18, 1, 18, 1, and so on. And at this stage, I'm going to start looking, for the two numbers that are factors of negative 18, but also when I add them together to give me 7. So, and the first one that I have, negative 2 and 9, if I put those two numbers together, it's going to give me 7. So I actually have my two numbers. So it's negative 2 and 9. So x take away 2, x plus 9 equal to 0. Solve it, x is equal to 2 and x is equal to negative 9. Solve two solutions. X is equal to 2, x is equal to negative 9. Okay, let's move on to part C. And I don't know why, but question C, it's not here. So I'm just gonna have a look what the question C actually is and write it down. Negative x to the power of 2 negative x plus 6 equal to 0. Technology, huh? So let's solve this one. So the first step here is to take negative out because we really want to have positive 1 as a coefficient of x to the power of 2. So I'm going to take negative 1 out. I'm going to be left with x to the power of 2. Negative x now turns into positive x plus 6 turns into negative 6 and is equal to 0. And same as we have done in part B, looking for two numbers when we multiply them to give us negative 6 and when we add them together to give us 1. So let's have a look factor. So it's 2, 3. 1 has to be negative. Okay, negative 2 and 3. It could be 2 and negative 3. Could be 1, negative 6, negative 1, 6. So let's have a look. So which two numbers put together, adding, is going to give us 1? So yay, the first one, negative 2 and 3. So it's negative 2 and 3, and it's going to give us 1. So therefore, I'm going to go back here. X take away 2. I'm going to use yellow. It's nice color, actually. And x plus 3. And now from here, zip, solve it. So this is equal to 0 only when x take away 2 is equal to 0. That's going to happen when x is equal to 2. That's one solution. And when x plus 3 equal to 0, and that is when x is equal to negative 3. That's another solution. So we have two solutions. Now part D. So part D, we can see that number 3 is on the other side. What we're going to do first is actually move all terms on one side, and 33 moved to another side, it becomes negative 33 equal to 0. Again, looking for two numbers when we multiply them to give us negative 33, when we add them together to give us 8. And it does look like is negative 33 times factors negative 11 and 3. Negative 11 plus 3 is negative 8. Maybe negative 3 and 11. Negative 3 plus 11 is 8. Okay, beautiful. We do now addition. So that's plus, isn't it? Plus 8. So the numbers are negative 3 and 11. And now let's say, just brackets, x take away 3, x plus 11 equal to 0. Solve it, x equal to 3. Solve it, x equal to negative 11. So again, two solutions. So that is part D. Now let's go to question D. So I just 4, which is nothing on page 2. Let's go to page 4. Okay, beautiful. So question 4 is here. Let me just move it a little bit up, make it zoom in. Beautiful. Okay, let's solve this equation by using the quadratic formula. Before we start, let's just refresh what quadratic formula is. So I'm gonna have here the general, I think I need pen, general equation, quadratic equation. Let's get rid of that as eraser here. Okay, let's go back, this one. So ax to the power of 2 plus bx plus c equal to 0. So, and quadratic formula would be x equal to negative b plus minus square root b to the power of 2 take away 4ac, and everything 2 over a. Please note that a is coefficient of x to the power of 2, b is coefficient of x, and c is constant number by itself. So now the first thing that I will do here is identify my a, b's, and c's. So a is equal coefficient of x to the power of 2 is 1, b is coefficient of x negative 3, and c is equal negative 10. Now I'm going to use the quadratic formula and substitute. So please know that he's negative and b is negative 3, so it's going to be negative 3 plus minus square root negative 3. Please make sure that you do have brackets because everything is to the power of 2. Take away 4 times 1 times negative 10, and then 2 times 1 equal to negative becomes positive, plus minus. This is going to be 9. This is going to give us positive plus 4 times 1, 4 times 10, 40 over 2 equal to 3 plus minus square root of 49 is 7 over 2. Now we have two solutions. One is x1 is equal to 3 plus 7 divided by 2 is equal to 5. And x2 is the other option, 3 take away, so there's this one here, take away, 7 divided by 2 is equal to negative 2. So two solutions. Hello, that is solving equation by using the quadratic formula. Now, let's do b as well. And again, the same thing, I would identify my a is equal to 1, b is equal to its coefficient of x, as we said, and that is all of this, all of that, okay? It does look a bit nasty, but it's not that bad, and c is equal to 2. Again, let's substitute. So negative 2 square root of 2 plus minus, and it's just substitution, okay? Just substitution. So to the power of 2, to the power of 2, then take away 4 times 1 times c, which is 2, spend that one, divided by 2 times I, which is 2, equal to, again, negative is going to give me positive, so 2 square root of 2 plus minus, let's see what we have here. So this expression here, it's going to give me negative 2 to the power of 2 is 4, and square root of 2 to the power of 2 is going to cancel nicely. So, and take away, is that 8? Yes, that's 8, beautiful, over 2. 4 times 2 is 8, take away 8 is 0. Let's have one more line, 2 square root of 2 plus minus square root of 0 equal to 2. So this part is gone. So it's like here, so we don't need that. So therefore, x is equal to square root of 2 over 2. Cancel out those 2's, and x is equal to square root of 2. And that would be it. So this one has only one solution. Beautiful. Bye. It's gonna give me